viewers, you've just clicked into SunSoda TV on the web here in the static dimension. I'm AKB, and I'm here with my co-host, Hadge. He's a dog. Today we're chatting with an artist who I've known for many years. His name is Patrick Morales. He's an acoustic folk and pop musician, a talented lyricist, and a true creative. He lives in California, a ways south of the East Bay. I was fortunate enough for the opportunity to fly down and meet with him to talk about his art, talk about life, and talk about some other stuff. Here's what he had to say.
I mean, I want to start. I would start. And then stop. I like how this one's got the flash on it because you should keep the flash on. I think that's going to be very impressive. Is it the flash on? Yeah.
We're here in beautiful Concord, California, Todos Santos Plaza. Would you say you grew up in this area?
Oh yeah, I grew up within walking distance.
Nice.
And this place was a lot more fun. After
Yes.
that Wells Fargo.
To the lowest price. Patrick, thank you so much for coming on the show. You're a dear friend, and I've known you for a long time. I really appreciate you coming on because you're one of my favorite artists of all time. Did you know that?
Not one of your favorite friends.
No. So we met in like 2011.
Yeah, I remember going to a Melt Banana show. Was that the first time?
I think that was the first time. So I had a question. When did you start playing guitar? What was the beginning?
I think it was probably around middle school, like 8th grade, 7th grade.
Okay. What was the impetus for doing that? Did somebody give you a guitar?
Wanted to do like Weezer covers.
Weezer covers?
I was like, I really like Weezer, gotta play that.
Very cool, very cool.
Yeah.
What was your favorite Weezer album growing up?
Oh, Pinkerton.
Pinkerton?
Well, I think I've changed my mind.
Not Blue album?
No, I've matured
Gotcha.
into accepting that Blue now.
Yeah. Was guitar your first instrument?
Oh yeah.
So the first song I ever heard of yours was Cardamom Killer. Was that your first song that you ever written? Or did you have other music before that? Because I kind of came in late, actually. I noticed that you had been playing music for a little while before I got to meet you.
Yeah, it was not the first song. I know that at least Sharks, a song that you might know, that one was written pretty early on.
The lyrics in Sharks have that sort of youthful naivety to it. Yeah, like a kid growing up writing fanciful lyrics.
Or a kid in a clothing store early in the morning.
Was it Uniqlo back then?
Yeah, I was working at Uniqlo,
Nice.
not having no sleep,
Nice, yeah.
coming up with lines in my head.
Damn, that's good. That's the best way I think to spend free time in a retail store.
Oh yeah,
It's just like let your brain go somewhere else. And make
exactly.
something.
Anywhere but here.
Yeah, anywhere but here, exactly. So not long after I met you, I told you I loved your songs. Eventually, you sent me some tape recordings you'd made with some friends of yours who were playing other instruments. I believe you recorded them to cassette, and you sent them to me in email. I still remember, and I still have the emails, and I treasure them. I believe it was like 2 different bedroom sessions. What was the environment for that recording?
I think I know. Conrad was there.
Conrad was there.
Conrad was there, and a friend, Donna. Shouts out to Donna. I just took like a little hit of acid. It was just like I had some friends over and I was watching them in the house.
Nice. You were surprisingly focused. For having,
I
psychedelics.
For those recordings, yeah, that's when that was. I went out and saw Mount Erie.
Oh, perfect. That's great. Mount Erie, I feel like, is like the dark tail end of, because those demo tapes, they sort of They have like the poppy songs at the start, and then they get darker at the end.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
makes
You know, I
sense.
think it was after that show I finished up Cardamom.
So other than that skunks demo that I put on Bandcamp, which I did because I was like, this has to be out there somewhere. Does anybody get that meme? Is that me? Okay. We should give him the mic. Have you ever wanted to make physical releases of your music and produce them and get them out there, or are you enjoying sort of building songs and, for lack of better words, sitting on them?
That is, I think you nailed it on that, the latter.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like, although, you know, the process of like making an album, even like putting it together, like marketing and all that, it's like fun.
Nice.
I think I just like
Just having fun.
drum some songs.
Yeah, for sure. What about playing shows? Do you ever want to do like live performances?
I think it makes me nervous.
Technically, you do live performances all the time amongst friends,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
among a crowd, you said it makes you nervous.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've done it a couple times.
Mhm.
It's just like, I think that's one of those things that you probably grow a little used to.
Yeah.
I've done a like, I've gone to the Starry Plow in
Oh,
Berkeley.
Starry Plow in Berkeley. Nice.
Well, they have an open mic. Connor, shouts out Connor.
Connor.
You should Connor. He's a great musician.
Connor.
Super creative.
Do I know them?
You might have not met him, but no,
Okay.
I met him around the time when we were living together.
Oh, okay.
And we were doing Wax Romantic on the side.
Okay, yeah.
And
That works great because I was about to segue into Wax Romantic, a band that you, I, and one of our camera people is in, and was kind of short-lived, but I love that band. How do you feel about Wax Romantic? And your time spent in the band making music?
I look back on it super fondly,
Yeah.
and when I tell people I play music with people, it's just like, it's on Spotify,
Yeah, it is.
but it's extremely tinny, and it might hurt your ears.
Yeah, it's
But
like,
there's some real, you know, I'm proud of it.
how's Jeff been? Have you seen him around? That's one of my questions. I didn't know he'd show up.
Shaking the camera.
Jeff's been doing pretty good. He's got a new job.
So you write a very sort of personal, heart-on-sleeve lyrics. In my opinion, I feel like your lyrics are extremely sort of sensitive and personal. That's how they come across. Is it true? Are your lyrics personal to you? Or do they sort of come from a storytelling?
They're definitely personal. I mean, like, you know, any lines that I was happy with have always come from, like, you know, thinking about double entendre. Like, my own life.
Yeah. Does that affect the way you listen to your older music? Do you hear those songs and think, who was I?
Well, I guess, you know, maybe not who was I, but maybe more like, this is I.
This is I? Or this was I?
This
or
was
that
I.
is I?
Or, yeah.
Do you feel like you relate still with your old music, or is it sort of detached?
I think I can sympathize, or empathize is my.
Yeah.
But I still, you know, and I think that's something I've through a little bit. Something I probably realize. The songs that are personal to me, it's just that.
Yeah.
That my own emotional attachment, I guess, that maybe makes it a little more. It can make it a little more.
Right. Yeah.
Expose that.
Right. How does the songwriting process go for you typically? Do you start with a riff? Do you start with a lyric? Does it depend on the song?
I guess in my head, I usually start like maybe a melody and maybe like like I'll associate some words that statement. I'm not there's already a pretty concrete idea and just the details of the song. And but e-bikes out here.
It's the e-bike era.
The e-bike era.
E-girls on e-bikes. How often would you say you have started writing or started a piece of music and given up on it?
I think the vast majority of the time I start writing music.
You mind if I asked a little bit more specifically about some of your songs? That's good.
The Conquered energy.
Yeah, it's literally the Conquered energy.
Alive tonight.
Blasting bass, e-bikes.
That car is
One of your songs, Rocket Ship's Text Messages. It's a classic in my book. It's a classic. It's one of my all-time favorites of yours. Would you mind telling me the story or concepts that came about writing the lyrics to that song?
Well, that first of all, that was a song written, inspired by like a friend, SunSoda. Him coming out. I don't know, just a tumultuous period of my life that like was happening then. That's one of those songs that I think about like, because it doesn't really make sense when I like look at the lyrics, but for some reason they have some sort of
The imagery is so vivid in that song. So it's,
yeah.
whether it makes sense or not, it paints a very vivid picture. And what I know about it is that it was on a camping trip, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a camping trip.
Another favorite of mine is a song that I couldn't convince you to record for Wax Romantic, but I've always loved it. And it's called Witch.
Heart-shaped tarantulas, casting spells and hexes, the actions you take, and the canvases you take, spiraling focus.
I've never heard the lyrics, or no, I've never read the lyrics because they're never written out anywhere, and it's kind of mysterious to me. And I was wondering if you could tell me anything about that song.
I don't. That's one of those songs that I was just like, when I moved on from.
Yeah, it's touchy.
It kind of, I pulled it from my head, and just kind of threw it. To the
Chucked it
back.
out. The melodies stand on their own.
As
As an objective observer,
I think I gotta go back and kind of give myself revisit some of my old songs.
Yes.
Kind of make it a thing.
Yeah. What have you been listening to lately? Anything in particular you'd like to shout out that you've just been spinning on your whatever MP3 player, cassette player?
Let's see. Yeah. I've been listening to like Joey Valencia, right? It's like if the Beastie Boys had Xbox Live.
That's amazing.
Otherwise, Jessica Pratt just put out a new album.
Okay. How do you describe the Jessica Pratt?
Just like deep acoustic folk. Sounds like you're in a big old room. Her songs make me wanna just take on guitar.
Heck yeah.
I wanna find a church and record it and
Just do it on an off time when nobody's in.
just break in. No one's Saturday.
Yeah.
It's all Sunday.
Plus, it's church. It's a sanctuary. They can't actually kick you out.
They can't. That would be illegal.
Yeah. That'd be illegal. Do you still draw? Because you used to draw a hell of a lot. And
No, I just
saw
draw
your
the
sketchbooks.
I just draw little faces on the boxes that work. I just draw the same little faces. drawing.
Is it the same face
It's
every
the
time?
Same face every time.
My favorite drawing of yours, of course, is Fawcett.
Yeah, you like Fawcett.
I like
yeah.
Fawcett a lot. I've even put Fawcett in an indie game that never got finished. Adapted into a 3D model and everything. There's a full polygonal model of Fawcett out
You gotta give me that. You gotta
Yeah.
give me that ass.
I'll send it to you.
I don't know what I'm gonna use.
It's a free asset. You can put it in anything you want. You can put it in Gary's mod.
That's what I want. That's what I want to do. Can you give him bones?
Yeah, he's got bones on his faucet that turns.
Oh, that's it.
But the thing is, it's so janky that when I animated the faucet, I had it go spin this way, but the bones twist. So there's a limit.
Yeah.
So then I had to let it go, and it goes, and it looks like it's a perpetual spin, so instead it's just going,
Oh, that's pretty good.
Any big developments in your life outside of art that you'd like to mention?
Just moving around.
Moving around.
The Bay Area.
Mhm.
I think I felt a little secluded in the Santa Cruz area.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I'm not, now that I'm not secluded, I'm
Right.
not going out and doing more things, it feels like I'm good.
Totally. Okay, so we'll do a little hypothetical question.
Okay.
You wander in to see a fortune teller, either out of curiosity or as a joke. The fortune teller attempts to prove they're real by nailing perfect details about your life. They then say that you are destined to become a great world-famous artist. They say that you would have to commit all of yourself to your art for at least 3 years to see the fruits of that labor and to see the results. But they refuse to say which medium, and they say only one thing, that it's not music. What do you do with that information?
I would probably, if she's right about everything, then what she probably meant is that I would be a world famous cheese sculptor.
Very
Build
nice.
swans and cherubs out of Parmesan Red New York.
Oh my god.
Your town plaza, you see big old
Pristine sculpture.
exactly.
Made out of a good brie.
Yeah.
Oh god, brie sculpture. Just be globs with eyes.
Yeah, you had to have been there in that
Yeah.
moment.
You should have saw when I first cut it.
It was brilliant.
Oh.
Missed out.
Oh man, I would love that life for you.
Oh man, yeah.
Lastly, I actually talked to you a little bit earlier. I know you've been playing a lot of UFO 50.
Yes.
Wow, you're enjoying it? It's a good
That
time?
game was so good.
Yeah,
The game's great.
it's super good.
The game, there's some stinkers. And
Yeah.
There's some like
Yeah,
real fun games.
we're big indie game
With
fans.
50 games, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Hell of a deal.
50 games.
$25.
It's like those little handheld a million game packs that you buy at Walmart.
That's literally the thought I remember.
Yeah.
I remember having a Game Boy Advance, just 100, 200 games.
Yeah.
Some of them didn't work.
Yeah.
Some of them were clones. And
Some literally wouldn't boot.
some literally wouldn't boot. I think
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's like you said, you can't go wrong if there's that many
Exactly.
included. I have a couple questions from some friends of yours. First question is, are you ever going to move to Seattle? Maybe. We miss you.
Are you trying to convince me to move to Seattle?
It wasn't me who submitted the question. It wasn't me.
Come on.
Who else?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Nice. What is your go-to karaoke song right now?
I always say this
have
is a
3
subject.
go-tos?
Like at work, I'm like, I've got my karaoke songs. Just Like Heaven by The Cure.
Just like Evan.
Missing You by Diana Ross.
Very nice.
And-
Wow, Diana Ross.
And Killers, I guess.
The Killers.
Mr.
yeah.
Brightside.
Mr. Brightside.
Everyone's
Dude,
gotta have a
that's
pop
everyone's go-to.
Yeah, I know.
Last time I was at karaoke, another song like that, a crowd pleaser.
I can put you away.
No, not to. Though people do that and they think it's hilarious, even though we see it 50, 100 times, and it's a good bit. I think it's a good bit. But I did Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear myself the whole room was singing so loud.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Such a banger.
Damn, just like crowd please.
Such a banger. Yeah. For
Went
sure.
over the whole crowd.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's easy mode on a
Easy, easy peasy too. That song is mid-range the whole way through.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The third question: if you could incorporate any instrument into one of your songs that you didn't incorporate already, maybe even an instrument that you've never played before or are not good at, what instrument would you put into your songs and which song? It's a lofty question.
Well, which song? You know, it would have to be a song completely unwritten. I think I would
Put it in a
hopefully
new one.
be a song that like would, be written it with that in mind. Let's see. Second part is submitted this question.
You know.
I personally approved. I have this whole thing rigged.
Okay, yeah, I knew it.
I knew every question.
The game was rigged from the start.
Yeah. But you know, I think I'd be a glockenspiel. I really like the glockenspiel. It feels got like it's got like such a bright, it's
And
almost
that's
like naive.
hammered?
You kind of see it. Yeah,
Hammered?
yeah, it's hammered.
And it'd be a new song.
Yeah. I think of the band. I think that what inspires that is the band, The Active Estimating as a Worthless. And they got like, you know, it's just something about that sound that they use, the glockenspiel, and it's real cute, you know. It's real cute.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. Next to
Don Quixote,
Salvia, the Stinker.
brought to you by PG&E.
That was great, huh?
That's pretty good, yeah. That's pretty good, yeah. That's pretty good.
Patrick's music can be heard in the band Wax Romantic via their Bandcamp and all major streaming services. His solo music is mostly unpublished, but you can find his Skunks demo tape currently on the Wax Romantic Bandcamp as well. I'd like to thank Alicia and Jeff for helping me film and record this episode on site in Concord, California. You're watching SunSoda TV on the web here in the Static Dimension. Subscribe to stay up to date on the latest episodes. If you're interested in setting something up or just want to reach out, you can send an email to the address on the screen or drop a DM here on the channel or wherever else you found us.
How's Jeff been? Have you seen him around? That's one of my questions. I didn't know he'd show up.